Hello everyone, and welcome back to the next portion of my solo deathly journey through the spiral. Today we're about to actually meet the king of Zamunda, Shaka Zebo, so let's get on with that. Last time we ended up finding out that his wizard has betrayed him, and we did little tasks here and there around Zamunda outskirts.
I feel a sinister presence in here. The air is stuffy and cloying. You think it's coming from the sickly baobab tree.
But yeah, no. Well, let's continue on with this and do what we need to do.
The king's eyes reveal that he is under a dark spell. You sense a dire link to this corrupted baobab tree, which looks like it is being strangled by that vine.
Intriguing, to say the least. That baobab tree being strangled by that vine?
Yes, our king is under an evil shadow. News of Shaka Zibu's condition has blown to the city like a foul wind. Some of the younger hot-headed stallions are using it as an excuse to riot. They threaten to tear the city down from inside. I need you to show them how foolish they are and how little they know. It is a time to stand strong, not run wild.
I agree.
Please defeat the rioting Impi Raiders so that we have time to find a way to heal Shaka Zibu.
Sounds good to me. And there's level 73. Alrighty. MP Raiders, gotta fight 3 of them. I'll show off the first fight and skip the second. Just so I can go over their, the spells they have. For starters, they have Blizzard, a 4-pip AoE spell that does 250 to 290 damage to all targets. They have an assortment of other spells around, like Tower Shield, which reduces damage taken by 50%. They have their school's Blade of Ice Blade, which gives 35% damage to their next attack. Ice Trap, 30% additional damage to a specified target. Freeze, it is a single target 0-pip stun at 70% accuracy. Their natural attack that does a range of damage. Ice Wyvern, a 4-pip single target that does 335 to 395 damage. Icezilla here, which is just now being cast, 5 pips, 650 to 730 ice damage. They also have Raging Kraken, another 4-pip attack that does 520 to 580 ice damage. Oh, speaking of which, there it is right there. They have Frostbite, a 5-pip single target attack that does damage over time, upfront damage of 80 with 495 damage over 3 rounds. Ice Colossus, a 6-pip single target attack that does 515 to 595 damage. And Frost Giant, 7 pips to do 570 damage to all targets and stun them for 1 round. That is their deck. And as such, little bit of trivia on them. I will see you up, guys, after the second fight. Alrighty, finished up with all of that. Let's get on to see what Amali has for us. And I had to turn off music for a moment because I had to focus.
You reined them in. Well done. While you were dealing with the upstart Impi Raiders, my daughter Mandisa was keeping an eye out for Tsitsi. She has found the magician. Quick, go and talk to Princess Mandisa Autumnrain and find out what she saw. Then track Tsitsi down and bring him here.
Will do. Also, as a reference note, I am going to now, each time I fight a new enemy, I am going to speak about what their deck is and what their most annoyances are for me as a Death Wizard and as a player of this game. So you know what to expect when you yourselves fight them as well.
It is an honor to meet you. I saw Tsitsi skulking about the city. I trailed him to his hut. If you hurry, you can catch him there.
Sounds good. Let's go to Seat's hut. And that does include any enemies that
Door
I
was
hadn't
locked
covered
earlier,
before.
but it's open now. That's not the magician.
Ah. Alrighty. Okay, I need to actually spell things. Alright. So I am going to enable Mass Prism and a Feint, even though I don't think I'll need the Feint, but I will enable that other blade. Let's run in here. So, this Storm Boss monster, he has as followed. Yeah, definitely didn't need the Feint. Stormblade, 35% buff to his next storm spell he casts, whether it's AoE or single target. Might as well mention Kraken here since he's using it. A 4-pip storm spell that does 520 to 580 damage. Storm Trap, 30% damage, similar to the Ice Trap from the prior mobs. Not only that, most traps actually do 30% damage. Extra damage to that specified target it's placed on. Dark Wind, 2-pip bubble. Affects the entire arena rather than just yourself. Also, those Plague Ninja Pigs does a set amount of damage and applies a weakness to the target. Wild Bolt, 2 pips to do a random set of damage from 10, 100 to 1,000 damage, which is just used right there. It did the 100 amount. His natural attack, which it takes X amount of pips to do 125, 265, or 405 damage. Stormzilla. Similar to Arctic Zilla, it is a 5-pip storm spell, dealing 650 to 730 damage. Triton, being 6 pips. Stormzilla is 5 pips. Triton being 6 pips, dealing 795 to 875 damage. Stormzilla, or no, not Stormzilla, Stormlord, taking 7 pips to cast, dealing 690 to all targets and stunning targets. A little bit more damage than Frost Giant. Basically the same spell, though. And Tempest, an X-pip spell dealing 80 damage per pip used. And that can be quite deadly. His minion, on the other hand, we have seen it cast, well, I called it Plague Ninja Pigs, but it's Death Ninja Pigs, taking 6 pips, dealing 490 damage, 25% weakness to the target. It also has Vampire, as seen, 335 damage for 4 pips. It has Fortify, minus 15% incoming damage for 4 rounds. It is an aura. Deathblade, 35% damage to the next death spell. Death Trap, 30% damage to the next death trap on that target. Feint, we've all seen Feint used. Empower, taking 250 moon damage to gain 3 pips, but cannot crit yourself.
After defeating the bug, you see there's someone in the shadows. A student from Wizard City, tied up.
Can't crit self. It takes 1 pip to gain 3 pips, so in overall, you're just gaining 2 pips. Wraith, 6 pips for 500 damage. Scarecrow, we've all seen Scarecrow. I mean, I'd hope so. It's been a while since I've gotten it. Skeletal Dragon, which, again, that's quite literally just this spell right here. 170 damage up front for 8 pips. then a 780 damage over 3 rounds. And then its natural attack, which is 85 damage per X amount of pips.
Whoa, that was intense.
I guess it was,
He captured
Stefan.
me right before I got to Zamunda. He snuck me in and said he was keeping me for his Dark Queen. Tsitsi just left. He said he was going to the tomb of the Zebra Kings. Sounds awful. Thanks for saving me. I'm out of here.
Peace, Stefan. Peace. There's the 5th student. Yes, I was right. And this is where the sock monkey is in Zamunda. In Tsitsi's tent. Alright, now we talk to Amalu Autumn Rain, the queen.
Tsitsi is going to the tomb of the Zebra Kings. You must stop him. Luckily, the tomb of the Zebra Kings is guarded by powerful spells. There is no way Tsitsi could get in. Go speak with the tomb's guard, Temba True Stride. The two of you need to catch Tsitsi before he causes more mischief.
Understood. I will absolutely do that. I am on my way. Oh, lots of Long Dreamer shamans over here. Gotta go speak to the guard, who I think might be webbed up.
Oh, by the ancestors, please help! I'm caught in this infernal web!
Let's just clear the web.
Praise your ancestors! The chief's magician, Tsitsi, attacked me, then went into the tomb. I never saw it coming. I can't even open the tomb. Tsitsi used a magic powder he got from the Long Dreamer shamans. Defeat some shamans to get some. Then use the magic powder to make the braziers burn like a zebra's stripes. You want them to burn white and black. Explore the tomb to find out what Tsitsi wants. Then tell Queen Autumn Rain what you discovered.
Sure thing. Alrighty, I've already gone over at least 2 of their possible spells, so let's get the rest of them out of the way. Oh, and I forgot to adjust the deck slightly to not have those in the way. Alrighty, so we've been over Myth Imp and Earthquake, Humongo Frog, and Orthrus. So I will go over the other spell. Earthquake does. I'm just gonna go over Earthquake once more so you guys understand why it's a pain. Take 6 pips to do 370 damage, and then it removes all charms and wards from the targets it hits. It attacks all opponents. It's quite the pain. Minotaur, 5 pips to deal 50 damage, and then 445 damage as 2 separate attacks. Natural attack. Oh, hey, cool. Speak of the devil. Here's a Minotaur. Their natural attack. X amount of pips to deal 90, 190, or 295 damage. It's not per pip, so I'm assuming that is for 1, 2, or 3 pips to cast. Next up is Yellow Troll. 170 myth damage and apply a myth trap to the next spell. So essentially 170 damage and then I get a myth trap on me. And then there's Myth Blade and Myth Trap. Simple, straightforward. Not that big video. I will now catch you guys up after I finish the final fight against them. See you in a moment.
Darkness. This tomb must date back to when Baobab was young.
Indeed, this tomb does date back to when Baobab was young. Let's head on into the tomb. What's this quest about again?
Wizard, you threat these I charge you with finding my grave goods.
Maybe
First,
later.
Return to me the sword of the duelist taken by jackal bandits.
Maybe later. Alrighty, let's head in here. Got a dungeon to go through. Eclog Ghost Warriors. Kings 2. They are death enemies, so I will, for starters, enable Mass Prism. That's all I need to enable. Alrighty, for these guys, they have Deathblade, Feint, Vampire, Skeletal Pirate, 5 pips to deal 430 damage, from 430 damage to 510 damage, Death Ninja Pig, Wraith, Scarecrow, and a natural attack of 85 damage per pip. Fairly straightforward, nothing too special. Alright. I do believe I will need a blade at the very least. The worst they could do to me, in all honesty, is use a Death Ninja Pig to weaken my damage. But they don't have enough pips to do that now. Thankfully. As that one just used 5 pips to use Wraith, and this one does not even have 6 pips. So let's finish these guys off. These guys are only a nuisance because of them being death, overall, for me right now. But for anyone else, their main nuisance might end up being the fact of Death Ninja Pigs, perchance. I don't know, give or take. That minus 25% can prove an issue to a lot of people. Next up, we've fought these things before.
Arachnid servants. Destroy this interloper!
Sure, Snaketail. The Horned Monkey Spiders. They have Tower Shield, minus 50% to the next incoming damage spell cast on them. They have Ice Armor, which can potentially be more dangerous, as it takes X amount of pips, which the absolute max is 14, by the way, because you can only hold up to 7 pips, and power pips count for 2. So right now I have 4 pips. They have 5. 125 armor per pip. For a Death Wizard, this armor does not pose an issue. Armor takes away from the flat damage of a spell. For 125 per pip, 125 times 14, that would be around 2,500, I think? I believe? No. 1,700, about 2,000. Anyway, they have our Icezilla, which was actually just cast right there. They have Colossus. They have Frostbite, Raging Kraken, Ice Wyvern, Blizzard, Freeze, and Frost Giant. They do still have their Blade and Ice Trap as well. Most enemies do. But again, the main issues that these guys would end up posing would be casting Freeze on you, casting Ice Armor and somehow being able to gain max pips, or casting Tower Shield. The reason why Ice Armor is not really a threat to Death Wizards is because it does not affect Drain spells.
You defeated my minions, but you are too late, you nettlesome wizard!
Drain spells are as followed. They do damage and swap half of the damage back as health to the
I have
caster.
stolen the essence of Zangazibu. I am now as powerful as any Zebra King. Now to steal Zamunda's greatest prize.
Oh my.
You trespass in the halls of the Zebra Kings of old. You treacherous jackal. I will destroy you.
Alrighty, might as well end up starting to talk about Zangazibu here. He actually has 5,000 HP, so I will be adding in a feint here. But he has the typical ice spells that most other enemies have. Being Frost Giant, Colossus, Icezilla, Frostbite, Raging Kraken, Ice Wyvern, and Blizzard. Speaking of which, he's just using Icezilla right here. He also has Freeze, Ice Trap, Ice Blade, and Tower Shield. So he does start with 4 pips, which he used all of those. No. No. That's incorrect. He starts with 5. 6. He starts with 6. He casted Icezilla. Okay, that's actually wrong on the wiki there. And yes, I'm going through the wiki's file, or reading the wiki off for those spells. His starting pips is incorrect. That's all. He's not too big of a deal. He's not too hard. His main threat would be his health, which again is not that big of a deal. As typically, depending on your gear at this point, if you have Waterworks gear full, a pet that would, or an amulet that would give you a blade, just use 2 to 4 blades, a feint, and you can typically end up defeating him. I say 2 to 4, but I mean 2 to 3. Because not everyone would have a pet that gives a blade. Not everyone would have an amulet that gives a blade. If you have both, that's 3 blades right there. And then there's Spirit Blade, which you can get back at level 25. Or Elemental Blade, for that matter. Spirit or Elemental Blade back at level 25, is what I mean to say. And then using a feint, you're guaranteed to do enough damage. As can be seen there.
I thank you. I was confused by pain and anger. That selfish creature has sold out Zamunda to the Umbra Queen.
Oh no.
You must help my people. The fiend Tsitsi has caused a deep shadow to fall over my son, Shakazibu. Take this weapon, the Quagga Blade, and destroy the evil vine poisoning the corrupted baobab tree.
I will
King's
indeed do
court.
that for you, sir.
As you remove the Quagga blade from its place of honor, you can feel a tremor of power running through it.
Alrighty, time to return to Amale. And then there would be the final fight of this area. Come on, game. Thank you. I should have left a mark at Amale, honestly. That's on me. Oh, come on, really? I can't squeeze through that? Hello, Amale.
You chased Sisi into the tomb of the Zebra Kings and then met the ghost of Zangazibu?
Indeed, I did.
If what you say is true, there is no time to lose. Run to the king's court and dislodge the evil spirit leeching life from the baobab tree and Shakazibu.
Will do. You have my word. That's been the entire goal from the very start. Once again, let's go.
you survive Zangazibu? No matter. You are too late again. I'll deliver this to the Umbra Queen and be rewarded. But you can dance with the greatest living zebra warrior.
Alrighty, let's pull up their pages. And
Prepare to have your staff splintered by Shaka Zebu, the greatest living zebra warrior.
Okay, I can find it from here rather than searching up directly. Alright, so first up, Shaka Zebu is what I'm going to be calling out right here. He has Elemental Shield and Spirit Shield. That's minus 50% to the Elemental schools and the Spirit schools, respectively. Elemental Defuse, which is takes 5 pips to cast a Storm, Fire, and Ice Dispel. Remember the thing that make the Long Dreamer Shaman so annoying to me? Yeah, those things, but for Elemental schools. He has Balance Blade and Elemental Blade. Balance is a unique school in the simple fact that Balance Blade is only 25%. Normally balances also have Blade Storm, which is 20% to all allies. The uniqueness is Balance Blade works for every single school. Buffs every single school's spells. But is the only thing that can buff balance damage. Main thing. There's also Dark Pact from Death, but that's global. Let's see. Next up is Elemental Blade. As I mentioned, 35% Blade, 35% Charm. This is a Charm and a Blade to the Elemental schools. Elemental Trap. Same as normal traps. 30% buff to on a singular target for the Elemental schools. His natural attack, despite the spell's description, it is X amount of pips, deals 275 balance damage for 3 pips maximum, despite the spell's description of being 85 per pip. Then he has Sandstorm, 4 pips to do 255 to 295 damage to all targets. Spectral Blast, which he used on me earlier, 4 pips to deal 440 fire, 365 ice, or 550 storm. It's a gamble spell, and in a sense. He just used Spirit Shield. That annoying son of a gun. Hydra, 6 pips to do 230 fire, ice, and storm damage. Power Nova, 7 pips to do 665 damage to all targets. And Judgment, X cost pip to do 100 balance damage per pip. Then it's his minion. Doesn't really have that large of a selection because it's a minion. Regenerate 5 pips to heal 420 health and then 1150 health over 5 rounds. Life Blade and Life Trap. I've been over those a lot. No big deal. Nature's Wrath, 250 to 300 damage for 3 pips. Oh, Centaur here, which he's used on me a few times. 6 pips to deal 515 to 595 damage. Life Banshee, 4 pips to deal 250 life damage and apply a 25% trap to me. Voice cracking. Seraph, 4 pips to deal 335 to 395 life damage. And then his natural attack of X pips for 85 damage. 83 damage
Wizard,
per pip.
Use the Quagga blade to strike the evil vine strangling the baobab tree.
I will, Shaka Zebu. I will strike it down. Hiya!
For saving Shaka Zebu, your name will ring out in Zamunda until the sun burns cold.
Sounds good to me.
I am grateful for your aid, Wizard. I have been a prisoner in my own mind for days on end because of that snake in the grass. Long ago, Each of the 4 tribes was charged with holding back the darkness by Mel Ambrose and the Council of Light.
I don't remember the Council of Light being mentioned this far at this point in the story. Interesting.
We were each given a sacred artifact, golden shield, crown, swords, and amulet. I do not know what evil Tsitsi plots with the Umbra Queen, but they have our shield and the lion's crown. I know Tsitsi will go after the elephant's golden swords next, for I am a military genius. Tell my glorious wife, Queen Amale, the spirals are gone from my eyes. She will help you reach the elephants.
Sounds good. Sounds good. But on another note, that will be next time, as I have gone over time here. Thank you all for joining me today, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Leave a like, leave a comment about your thoughts on the changes that I'm making to this. Telling you their enemies' decks and whatnot. And I will see you all next time. Have a safe one. Have a stellar day, and be safe out there among the spiral. Bye.